Hello. Returning. Hi, Patti. I know. Okay. Now, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Rod.
How are you?
How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Good.
I mean, you're gonna see another guy on the screen. You know, he is the one who got me the Zoom link, so that could make it easier for me because I don't have a subscription with Zoom, and I didn't want to take the chance to make a free meeting just in case it would be more than 30 minutes because Zoom, when you don't have a subscription, they only allow you 30 minutes. So you're gonna see, you see Hugh Napoleon on the screen. So he's my friend. He's a competitor too. He lives in Florida. Hugh, say hi, man.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, there's no, there he is. Hi, you.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Good, how are you?
So far, so good.
He's on his way to his lesson. Yeah. So how's everything?
Very good.
All right.
Very good.
Okay.
How about with you?
Oh, I'm fine. Yes. So thank you, for giving your time, and I would say to Haiti, because normally those guys, they don't speak English. I mean, some of them do. I'm talking the one living in Haiti, but I got a couple of guys living in Haiti who used to live in the US. So those guys, if we have anything going on over there, they would be judging. So they speak English themselves. So I would be most likely sharing this with them. So, to help them in a way, understanding better what a judge is looking when it comes to those competitors on the dance floor. So first of all, let me say thank you for devoting your time. And then Heidi will be forever grateful to you. And tell us a little bit about you, because at least those people, they may not know who Patti Panebianco is. So tell them a little bit about you, your background real quick, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, so my name is Patti Panebianco. I started out dancing when I was 9. I was professional performing arts dancer, and I did theater, film, stage, and I started ballroom dancing. I had always wanted to. And when I was 15, I started ballroom dancing, and I loved it. So different from dancing without a partner to dancing with a partner. And that just, made my heart sing. And then I became an amateur competitor. And in amateur, I competed in standard and Latin. I also did pro-am as the amateur. I did pro-am as the pro. And I also competed professionally. Professionally, I competed in international Latin and American rhythm styles. And I was in the top 3 of international Latin, and I won a lot of American rhythm. As a pro-am, as the pro, I competed in all 4 styles, standard Latin smooth rhythm. And my students were all very successful. I've trained a lot of professionals as well as amateurs. And now, like trying to just cut through quickly, I'm on the examinations committee for USA Dance. So I help to create exams for amateurs as well as professionals. I'm also on the invigilators committee. We're creating and fixing the invigilation syllabus, trying to make everything clearer and better for students and teachers and pros alike. And I'm also the director of the Collegiate Network for USA Dance. And I help to organize the National Collegiate Dance Sport Championships, digital championships. There's a lot of good stuff. Love dancing, and I just want to help.
Very good. Very nice. Very interesting. You know, myself, I had the pleasure working with you as a professional as well. And I must tell you guys, Patti Panebianco is a very interesting coach. So, you know, I hope one day I can take you to Haiti, and some of those competitors in Haiti will have the pleasure, you know, to, you know, getting some lessons from you. So that's for another time. We hope that will happen someday.
I would love to.
All right. Okay. Now, the reason of, you know, our meeting this morning is, you know, I told you if you could devote, you know, a little bit of your time to explain to those guys who are going to be watching this video eventually, and what is your take on, like, what are you looking for when you on the dance floor judging a competition? Naturally, I know it's a very, you know, huge area, meaning what I mean by that is there is a lot you could talk about, but, you know, I tried to see if we could be a little specific. And that's why I told you, I sent you that list that I could really, we could elaborate on if you want to work on that. And you had told me about the new system 3.0 that they use for mostly international. You understand? Now, the first question I have for you, I know in the US they use the skating system.
Yes.
You know, as you know, how many system of judgment for the competitors do they have now as we speak, beside the skating system?
For this, they have the skating system, and they have the absolute judging 3.0. They had 2.0 and now 3.0. And that's with the World Dance Sport Federation, which I'm also an international judge and a chairperson of judges for them.
Okay.
But those are the two that are mostly used that I know of.
Okay. Now, what make them different?
Okay, so the absolute judging system 3.0 is very different than the skating system. It breaks the judging criteria into 4 different categories. Okay. It's movement to music, technical qualities, partnering skills, and characterization of the dance, character of the dance, yes. Performance and qualities, like performance, choreography, character. So, and if you're doing the absolute judging 3.0, each judge gets 1 of those criteria. Let's say you were judging and you got movement to music. Okay. So, and this happens really in like the final. Okay. So you would be looking at those 6 couples only for movement to music.
Okay.
So that each couple you look at, very different, right?
Yes. Wow.
So very different. So you would only be looking at their movement to music.
Okay.
Judge X would be looking at their partnering skills.
Okay.
Judge Y is looking at choreography and performance.
Okay.
So everybody gets one of those 4 criteria.
So meaning they would have 4 judges?
And it's on an electronic pad. Oh no, they would have at least, like, if you're doing a World Dance Sport Federation final, you're going to have at least 11 to 15 judges.
Okay.
But they'll break it down
okay,
so that a few of those judges would get movement to music. A
Okay.
few would get
I got
technical
you.
qualities.
I got you.
Right, and etc.
I got you.
And then all of the couple's numbers are in the computer, the little, it's like a little Kindle, little handheld device.
Yes, yes.
And then you put it in there and everything's recorded. So it's very, very difficult to make something up or to, you know, or to cheat, you know,
yes.
Which most judges don't, but there's always makes it more absolute. That's why they call it the absolute judging system.
Okay. I got you.
But it's difficult because if you're looking at, let's say, partnering skills, and, you know, you also see their movement to music, their technical qualities, but as the judge, you must focus on whichever category you've been selected to judge.
Yeah, and it's a point system.
So, very interesting.
It's a point system.
Yes.
You give points.
Yes.
I knew a little bit about the system 2.0, but I didn't know if they broke it down by categories for each judge. Man, that's interesting.
Oh my gosh, Rodrigue, it really is.
Oops. Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
Just turn that off.
Now, listen, do they have a number of uneven number for the judges also, like the grading system? Instead of square, they want it like 11 or 13. Do they have 15, the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, to avoid the couple being, you know,
tied,
have the same mark. I mean, ex aequo.
Yes, and it goes from 1 to 10.
Yes.
1 being the least, 10 being the most, and it's rare anybody gets a 10.
Okay. So to be a judge with the WDSF, what should one do?
Well, I mean, in America, we have to be with USA Dance.
Okay.
USA Dance is the national body for the World Dance Sports Center in the United States. Now, for Haiti, I don't know what you would have to do.
It would have been, but, I mean, WDSF. We certainly
could.
It would have to be whoever, you know, take care of the one in Europe, WDSF. Or well, we could be USA Dance too, because we're not affiliated with nobody yet. Yeah. It could be the US.
But Haiti is not American country.
No, it's world. That's why I said it would be WDSF.
Haiti is its own country.
Yes. Yes.
Correct. But so Haiti would have to, is there a national ballroom dance organization in Haiti?
Yes. Yes, there is one.
Okay. So are you part of that organization, Ron?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay,
I am.
I mean, I can get you an. Okay, who's the president of that organization?
There is a guy is in Haiti. He is the president. You know, myself, I'm more of an ambassador because, you know, I'm the one who helped them with whatever is going on because I didn't want to be the president. I knew I wouldn't have time to take care of that. But if I have to be the president to make it work, I can make that happen.
You don't have to be the president to make it work. We just have to, you have to be a part of that to make it work.
Yes, I am. I'm part of it. I created that organization.
So, okay. Yes. That's what I figured. Yes. So I can get you in touch with the president of the WDSF. Sean Tay is his name. And see what you have to do to get Haiti as part of WDSF.
No problem at
I'll
all.
tell you, the dancers in WDSF are amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, I know. I know some of them. Yeah. Okay, very good. Very nice.
I know.
Yes. Now, okay, so in the US, I know we go by the skating system, and the skating system is more of a placement, you know, so you go, and then if you're one of the judges, you're gonna give a placement to each couple. Okay, I mean, if there is a recall, you recall what you need to recall, and then you place them from 1 to 6 in the final, if it's a 6 couples final. I know the skating system a little better because when I started organizing those competitions in Haiti and providing that we don't have a lot of people, I mean, I know a lot of Haitians here, like Emmanuel Pierre-Antoine, who could go there, but they didn't want to go yet. You see what I mean? So we had to, you know, use them from Zoom. They were judging from Zoom, and some of them are in Haiti. So I had to introduce the skating system to them because they were trying to use the system 3.0, 2.0 back then, but without the knowledge of the system. And that was a disaster. So
I could imagine.
Yes, it created a huge problem, and I told him, guys, for now the best thing to do is for me to introduce to you the skating system. I even wrote a book in French so they couldn't understand the skating system, and then now they know it better. Now the So what can you tell us about the skating system?
Okay, so I know the skating system pretty darn good as well. To become a chairperson of judges, you have to take a test in like scrutineering, which is the skating system. So the skating system, we have, like you said earlier, I'm just going to try and be simple with it. I'm not going to go into huge details.
Yes.
But if you have the recalls, all the judges recall, then they come back. Now we're in the final. And like you said earlier, it goes the judges place the couples 1st through 6th, or it could go up to 8. You could have an 8-couple final.
Okay.
What happens is sometimes there's a tie. And then you'll have Rule 11 that comes in, or Rule 10, and you have to have the scrutineer do the math, and the chairman and deduct and figure it out to get who's in first place.
Yes.
So usually it's done on the computer now, but in case anything happens, every scrutineer chairman has to know how to do it by hand. That is a hard test. It's the hardest test.
Yes. I mean, we've been doing that in Haiti. That's what we use, but thank God we don't have a lot of competitors. So we were able to do it by hand because they don't know the computer system yet. So, you know, I wouldn't worry about that. Now, the criteria that I sent you, and I told you I got it from Linda Wakefield. Would you be willing to go through that? It was 2 categories. Do you have it with you, or do you want me to try to put it on the screen? Okay. Let me try to put it on the screen too as we speak, but yeah, you can keep talking.
Okay, so and Linda Wakefield is with the National Dance Council of America, and I belonged to the NDCA, oh my gosh, from 1992 until, 4 years ago, when, 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 the NDCA gave the judges an option, either only judge for NDCA,
That was
or
bad.
you had to be out. And we were always allowed to judge for everybody. So I opted out, but NDCA is a great organization as well.
Yes.
So we have musical interpretation is what you have first for me.
Okay,
For
so
artistic
can you see
impression.
my screen by any chance?
Yes.
You see what
But
I have on the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, it's
but
in French.
3.
It's in French. Yeah, so but if whatever you're gonna say is gonna be exactly what you have in English. So I translated it in French. So the first thing is, yeah, musical interpretation, interpretation musicale. Yes.
Yep. So Rodrigue, on my screen, I'm seeing from number 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, hold on. You don't see the whole screen?
Just scroll
No.
down a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I think if, like you said, just scroll down.
Yeah. So I can't see my screen, so that's why. Okay, let me put it on the desktop, and then I'm gonna try to get it from the desktop.
Okay.
Yes, but you can talk, and then I'm gonna try to put it on the screen in a minute. Yeah, you can talk in the meantime.
So 1 is musical interpretation.
Okay.
And that is when you hear the music and you're going to start moving to the music. Now, if you have a cha-cha music playing and it has lots of claves or, you know, authentic rhythms, then that should be expressed in the musicality of your body.
Yes.
You know, you shouldn't just be flat and no movement there. That's character to the dance. And that would apply to rumba, cha-cha, salsa, swing, bolero, mambo, and the international cha-cha, rumba, samba, paso, and jive. Whichever dance music is playing, you must show and dance that musicality of that specific dance.
Okay.
Whether it be the hip actions, the body movements, but it should be there.
I got you.
Oh, we lost your screen.
No, yeah, I'm the one who remove it. I'm trying to put something on my desktop real quick so I can share it with you again. But you can keep talking.
Okay, so then we have choreography. Now the choreography should definitely, unless you want anything more on musical interpretation.
No, I mean, you said enough.
Do you have any questions?
Do you have any question on musical interpretation?
No, so far, no.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna show the screen in a minute again. I was just trying to get this so you can see it a little better. I mean, do you see the whole screen now?
Yes.
But
just not in focus, but yes.
It's a little blurry.
Yeah,
yes.
It's blurry.
Okay, hold on. So let me go and try to share I'm gonna try to share I'm gonna go on the desktop. Let's go on the desktop.
It's still blurry.
No, don't worry. I'm looking for the desktop. Because I just dropped the picture on the desktop, but it's not happening. It's not happening the way I want it. Maybe this would work. Let me try to open. This is a new window. No.
That might just, no, that's share.
Can you try to double click on the picture?
Wait, that's what I'm trying to do now. But when I tried to go on the desktop, I can't find the desktop. I see download.
No, on the picture, double click so it's going to open it. It should
You see what it does when I double click?
Yeah, explain full.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's better?
Yeah.
Much.
You do see all?
Oh,
you
yeah.
See, okay. Okay, very
yes.
good. Okay, so the second one was the choreography.
Yes. So the choreography should also be, you know, specific for the dance intended, you know, and each dance does have some specifics, and it should have flow and fluidity. There shouldn't be awkward movements, like awkward transitions. Needs to flow fluidly. And it also combines with the musical interpretation, with phrasing and stuff. Like the choreography should be done in phrasing. The best choreography usually is done in phrasing. Most music is created in a specific format. There are always digressions, always, which are good, definitely good, but at least you have a base at most music, 4/4, 3/4 time, whatever time signature it's in, 6/8 time. It's a pattern. Yes. So you want to go with the musical pattern with your choreography. So you can listen to the song, you can write down how many measures, how many eighths you have, and then here's the crash, then you have the verse, you know, then you have a chorus, then you have a bridge. So you want to try and do that because majority of songs are that way, and they will be played that way at competitions most of the time.
Beautiful.
So that's a huge help, and it really, really will make a difference in your routine and in what people see. It's a definite formula for success.
Definitely. Myself, I love the phrasing. I always phrase my routines. And, you know, the competitors should know that most of the time it's in 4, especially in Latin, it's 4/4 timing. You know, the time signature. I thought the swing, the swing, what would be the phrasing for the swing? Because I still make it 4/4 for the swing, even if the swing itself, it's not a 4/4 music. I mean, the music, the way we count the dance itself, but the music we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep. So you're doing exactly the right thing, Rodrigue. I mean, the swing music is in 4/4. Yes. 4/4 timing. Yes. And it's interesting because, like you say, we have 6. Now, I know you like to count in 8, and I like to count in 8 too. Yes. Makes it easier.
Definitely.
But if people are counting in 6, every 4th measure, you are back to the 1 beat again.
Definitely.
But it is better overall to count to 8s if you're working with 4/4 timing. Yes. But that's a lot of work. People have to do a lot of work. You have to teach a lot of how to get there.
Very good.
But it happens.
Yes. All right. Now, a characterization of each dance, which is very, very important. That was our point number 3 in the artistic impression.
Yeah. So it's extremely important. You know, Rumba is like the dance of love. So it should be more sensual, more, you know, expressive, like that, grounded. And, you know, for the male and the female, there's different parts, or the lead or the follower, whoever it may be. But it really needs to express that. It's almost like, you know, trying to get your partner there, not trying to get, but wrong words. Trying to create this romance.
Yes.
And cha-cha is like like you're in the romance, you're in the partying stage, and it's very flirtatious and grounded, a lot of groundedness and a lot of interaction between the couples. And specific, like cha-cha hip action is different than rumba hip action, you know? So we don't want to see rumba hip cha-cha. We don't want to see swing hips in cha-cha, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
The swing, because it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's more of a pendulum.
Yes.
Whereas cha-cha is the hip goes from side to side on each step.
Yes.
So we want to get those characteristics in there. Swing, Bolero is like the sad broken love song, and it's different techniques than the other dances. It's the only dance that has the drop and drift action, which is similar to rise and fall, but it's used slightly differently. And that is really what I find lacks quite often when I'm judging in Bolero. And that's I guess, a pet peeve of mine. I see a lot of people dancing rumba and they're dancing Bolero, but I'm not seeing any Bolero techniques with that.
Definitely.
It's very, yeah. You know, so you really want to pay attention to the dance. I also like to find out histories of each of the dances. And there's so much history on all of them and from different areas. So it's like a little research project for people to do. And it's quite fun, actually, once you start researching it and see where are the main places they come from. Is it Afro-Cuban? Is it, you know, more of a Mediterranean? Is it European? Where is it? But most Latin dances, and I don't care which dance it is Afro-Cuban.
Definitely.
You know, that's, so really need to study those and find out. It's quite fun.
Yes. Now, number 4, it's partnering skills.
So, any questions?
Me, no.
Overall impact of charisma, interplay between the couple.
Yes.
So that's also something that personally as a judge, I like to see that if you're dancing with a partner, then I need to see that you are dancing with the partner. And sometimes we see the two people dancing together, but one person is in their own world and the other person is in their own world. So they're not really having this nonverbal communication between them. It does not help to tell the story. Whereas if you can relate to the partner and, you know, we know that either partner at different times, both times, have this connection between this. And it's, this is like one of my favorites. It's unspoken, but you know you're together. And it's so valuable to the audience as well, whether it be a judge or lay people, it doesn't matter. But to watch two people really dance together and have that nonverbal communication going makes all the difference. And it helps all the other aspects of the dance with the characterization, the movement to music, the choreography. And it doesn't mean always smiling, doesn't have to be smiling. It's just a look, a body indication. You know, if the partner touches you, there needs to be a response. You know, it's action and reaction. And a lot of times this is missing, and I find it's missing quite often today because speed has taken over. And speed is not always the best. When used correctly in combination of the charisma and the interplay of the couple, the musical interpretation, when it's all used together, then it's great. But so many people I feel today, so many competitors think, okay, speed, speed, speed. And you lose a lot of the character of the dance with that.
Yes.
And I'm not saying speed is not good. I love speed, but it shouldn't be only speed.
Yeah. And then it's a train wreck.
It is. You need your dynamics of movement. You need your speed. You need your height and level changes. You need your slowness. There needs to be gestures, not too many gestures, but a few gestures. There needs to be just so much that embodies this couple together. And definitely they have to have connection between them and make connection to the audience as well.
Yes, but would you say that the artistic impression is a little bit more complicated than the technique? Because we're going to cover the technique. The technique talk about specific things that can be taught, but in the artistic impression, beside, I would say, the characterization of the dances, you know, sometimes when you talk about personality, charisma, these things, can they be taught, or it's just something that you have to be born with?
Well, everyone is born with a personality and some sort of charisma, even if it's a low level, low key, smooth charisma. That is charisma. But as teachers, we can give the competitors and non-competitors, social dancers too, tools to bring out different aspects of charisma, different aspects of their artistic impressions, because personally, I feel that artistic impressions are much more challenging to judge than the technical skills.
Yes.
Because everyone is unique.
Yes.
And, you know, everyone's different. So each has a different gift to give to the audience.
Yes.
But we have, as teachers, have to help and give tools so that the competitors can discover it in themselves. And that discovery in themselves opens so many doors.
Definitely.
And as a teacher, you really have to pay attention to who you're teaching and know how to bring out the best in them.
Very good. All right, so let's cover the technique, the technical part. I know it's gonna be a little faster, but you know, I'm already happy with what we've covered so far. So we're gonna start with the first technical point, that would be the timing and basic rhythm.
Okay, so these are much easier to judge, just as we said before.
Yes.
So timing and basic rhythm. If someone is new, you want to really make sure they listen to the music. Now, doing new things and getting the body to dance to the music of what a cha-cha, let's say. Cha-cha is my theme for the day, I guess. You know, they can just step it out. Cha-cha-cha, ta-ta, cha-cha-cha, break, step. They can step it out, and that's a basic rhythm. And to get them started, then they get into the timing, you know, being on time. In cha-cha, we break on the 2. Okay, doesn't mean that as you get advanced, you can never break on the 1. Of course you can. But overall, we break on the 2 for competition.
Yes.
The rumba, right? The big rumba quest.
Yes.
We have Fred Astaire version, Arthur Murray version, independent version. As long as the forward step is on slow and the side steps are quick quicks, or the slow is 1, 2, side step 3, 4, back step 5, 6 for a slow, 7, 8. It just has to be coordinated with the music. And people go off time a lot in competition. Because it's a little difficult at first. I like to recommend having people just listen to the music some lessons. If they're really having a difficult time, you want to teach them a downbeat. What is the downbeat? The downbeat is the first strongest accent in a bar of music. And then there's your second measure, which also has a downbeat, the first strongest accent of that bar, but it's not quite as strong as the first bar. So all the odd number bar measures are the real one. That's why we like to count in eights.
Yes.
And then the 5, which is all the even measures, that first accented beat of all the even measures. So I know you are a proponent of that, which I love because it gives much better musical interpretation. But for timing and basic rhythm, I would start out, slow, keep it 1, 2, 3, 4, very little time, and then quickly go to 8s. But it's much easier to judge than the artistic.
Definitely. Okay, point number 2. Et jeu de pied, action des jambes, that we translate with footwork and leg action.
Oh, yes. So footwork and leg action is also very easy to judge. And the leg action, I love that it's footwork and leg action, because you cannot use your foot if you are not having the leg engaged, meaning the upper leg from the hips, and it has to be working from your quad, the calf, the ankle, the articulation of the ankles. Competitors, students need to know how to do exercises to develop the articulation of their legs and feet, and how to get the foot pressure from your legs. We say foot pressure, but it's really coming from the legs through down to the feet. It really comes from your whole body, but it's a whole, we could just have a whole thing on that. But very important. And, but for me, that's easy to judge.
Definitely, especially if you're judging for example, American rhythm, where you have specific dances like Rumba, on that forward lunge, the knee has to be slightly bent and develop into a straight leg onto the, Cuban motion that happen. Or a dance like Bolero, you have your lunges on the slow that you need to really respect, even if you would want to do a check, but there is a way the leg has to be, shown. It's very much easier, the footwork and leg action.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because I sometimes take it for granted. Really, an American style is what you guys are doing there is mostly American style, or both?
We do both.
Okay, so the differences need to be clear.
Yes.
And you just said it beautiful, Rod. Like in Rumba, that first step there, it needs to be a flex knee and then straighten. Now, it doesn't mean super bent that your knee goes past your toes and you're going to have joint problems.
Yes, I've seen that happen.
Oh my gosh, yes, me too. But there's a slight flexion and then a straightening.
Very nice.
Whereas international, you step onto a straight leg.
As soon as you arrive on the floor.
As possible. Yep, immediately.
Yes.
And it's really, people say, oh, international so much harder than American.
That's not true.
And I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Because the international action, leg action, is a natural action. That's how you walk. You bend the knee as soon as you step.
Exactly.
American, you have to shift your mind into, oh, there I have to bend, then straighten. It's more complicated. You know, those guys, they wanted to make it different.
I totally agree.
Those guys, they wanted to make it different from international. They did, but in the process, they make it more complicated for American dancers, American style dancers.
I agree. I'm like, what?
You know, especially the Bolero.
So
I see a lot of people not dancing the Bolero properly, Patti. It's a travesty.
Rodrigue, it really is a travesty. If that's something that somehow we could work on and make really a distinction, because nobody has yet. After all these years, I'm so shocked.
Yeah.
But that really is irritating. I see rumba all the time.
Yes.
Done as Bolero. And actually, I see American style rumba and international style rumba danced as Bolero.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Instead of Bolero.
Yes. Okay, point number 3, action du corps et ligne, that would translate by a action of the body and line. Okay, so let me see how I said it. I said it a different way. It was body action and line. Body action and line.
Yep, that's okay.
Yes.
So your body action, how you move your rib cage, your arms from your back, your hips, like, and getting it coordinated to the rhythm and the timing, because there are specifics, but also learning how to do those isolated actions, you know, and like you have a turnout and then you have a hit, a line where your arm is up. It needs to be fully extended, and it should be an extension of you and the partner, not just, okay, here I do a turn in, roll out, arm is up, and I'm done. No, it's got to be full and an extension. And the body actions also is everything's very specific to the dance, using the correct body actions.
Very good. The 4th point would be compétence du partenariat.
Is there anything?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Rod. Is there anything specific on the body actions and line that you would like me to discuss?
I mean, no. Do you have anything specific on the body action? Do you understand the body action and line?
Yeah, I understand, but no question.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear for us. If you have anything you can elaborate on, we'd be glad to listen. But you know, it's pretty clear. We got it.
No, I think that's that was good.
Yes. The 4th point would be the compétence du partenariat. That's what we translate by partnering skills. Partnering skills is very, very important. And, you know, we could cover both 4th and 5th point together. Partnering skills, and then the 5th point, which is utilisation de la piste de danse. That's what we call the floor craft.
Yeah.
Yes.
So partnering skills is really one of my favorites. They're all favorites, but partnering skills, how to touch each other, you know, who gives the direction, who goes in the direction that's given. And it's like an unwritten agreement that when you dance with a partner, whoever is leading is the direction giver. Whoever is following is the direction mover. You go in that direction. What I like about leading is that I can tell my partner in a beautiful way, like a non-invasive, in a very proper way, how to, like, I want you to go here. And then with no words, this is all wordless, the partner is like, okay, I'll go there. But then they can add a little bit of their own how they go there.
Yes.
But only after they learn the give and take of partnering skills, because one is the giver, one is the receiver, but it always goes back and forth. And really, ballroom dancing is so wonderful in the aspect that it teaches people how to touch each other in such good ways, you know, without any sexual harassment or anything like that. It's how to touch each other and communicate physically in a good manner, nonverbal. And that takes quite a lot of time actually to create.
Yes.
But I mean, you're a great teacher with partnering skills with that, Rod.
Yes, thank you.
You know how I love it. And the floor craft, you're welcome. Floor craft, you know, you're on the competition floor. I'm just going to gear this to competition and then I'll go to social. But for the competitors, you know, you have to make sure everything is not done flat. It needs to be at least 3-dimensional, so angular and slicing through so that you can create dynamics and, you know, speed changes, and being careful not to crash into people, which every one of us has done. Just whether it's your fault or not, just say, I'm sorry. Or if you can't say it on the comp floor, after you get off, I'm sorry. Because ballroom dancing really is how to communicate and tell your story through dancing, through the movement, to the music. And partnering skills, how we communicate non-verbally, is a big, big part of it. I mean, I'm sure I could go on with partnering skills forever because I love all of these. But we can do that another time. It's basically someone is the direction giver, someone is the direction receiver, and how to teach people how to give it and how to receive it. And what's the difference between going straight and how do you lead turns? Turns are always an issue.
Yes.
Right? And how much does the lead give and how much does the partner give? You know, some guys think just putting their hand up and the partner's going to turn, or leads are going to put their hand up and the partner's going to turn. Well, not really. You have to put your hand up and indicate, do you want a right turn? Do you want a left turn? How fast do you want the turn? There's a lot of things that go into it.
Definitely.
You know.
All right. You know, that was amazing.
I hope that's helpful. Any questions on partnering skills?
I don't know if you got some, but you know, it was very explicit, and I got, you know, whatever you explain, I got it. I don't know for Ig, you have anything?
I got it.
Yes.
I mean, and overall, my main concerns, especially when I go and watch competition, it's when people do, when the dancers do American rhythm, and it's like they dancing and international, no, and when they do Bolero, it's the same thing, and even worse when they do Mambo. But for some reason, they always be the one that plays better.
Say that again, you.
So they
with
are
the mambo.
The one that plays better. They get better placement than the one that are trying to
dance authentic.
Dance authentic.
So the ones who are trying to dance authentic,
yes,
get better placement than the ones who are trying. Of course.
I mean, I've seen sometimes that the guys that do mostly international, no, when they dance in Jamaican rhythm, when they do a box it with straight legs. Then when they do Bolero, it's the same thing. Mambo is the same thing, but they always get best placement.
This is irritating.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
now I understand what you're saying. Very irritating.
Yeah, so
You know,
sometimes I wonder if I
educating
have
the
to switch
judges.
to international when I'm doing rhythm, or yeah, it's confusing too.
Nope. Do your rhythm, but do it better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Be authentic. I mean, look at Emmanuel. Oh my gosh. And Emmanuel had, oh my God, so many things happen in his life. And he had to struggle within the organization. He had, I think, one of the most tremendous blocks, so many blocks. And you know what? He did it. He still did it. And he stayed authentic. So I would stay authentic. Us on the judging side, we need to educate the judges and to let them know, hey, no, we're not going to do this. You know, and that's why I like being on the invigilators committee, because I can help with that.
Yeah. That's good.
But you stay true. Do you dance? Are you a competitor, you?
Yes, I am. I do both style. I do rhythm and Latin. I do rhythm professionally, and I do rhythm and Latin with students.
Excellent. Excellent.
Sometimes, yeah.
Wonderful. Really good. But yeah, that's the main thing with the Bolero and the international versus American. This has been going on for so long. And I really, really want to keep or create American to be American, international to be international. And both are so beautiful, just different. Don't make them the same.
Yes. I mean, I don't mind those guys, you know, who cross from Latin to rhythm, dancing in the rhythm, but they just need to take the time to learn. You see, all those points that we just elaborated on, they need to know how to dance a real bolero. So, like, when I see some of them dance the mambo, it's like a samba. They kind of cheated.
Yep.
And then a samba.
It's true.
And they cheated and then the mambo. But you know, like you know, you said sometimes they get better placement than us dancing authentic, you know, American rhythm. But myself, I never let that discourage me. You know, wherever they would place, whenever they would place ahead of me, you know, I never go to competition for placement to start with. I always go because I love dancing and I try to do my best to do the best that I can wherever I'm placed. You see what I mean? It's not that I'm going to be happy with it, but I'm not going to let that, you know, define, you know, what I do with, you know, the way I dance, because we really believe in dancing authentic American rhythm style. I believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I believe in it too.
Yes. All right. Patti.
Yes, definitely keeping it authentic.
Okay, thank you so much, Patti. I really appreciate the time you set aside for us. And this video, I'm gonna be, Hugues, were you recording too?
No, just you.
You always have to record, man, just in case. Yeah, okay. So I will definitely share this video with, you know, a bunch of my judges, and, you know, on their behalf, I'm already saying thank you to you.
Oh, and, thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Definitely my pleasure. And I wish all the competitors, tell them good luck and much success. And I hope to get to meet them.
All right.
And the judges.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for asking me.
I'll see you at the studio probably Thursday. If Linda, I'll see you send a text to Linda. She had not replied yet. But I'll be there. I'll be there on Thursday.
Okay.
All right. You have other people on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. So.
But I have openings, Rod, if you need openings.
No problem. Thank you, Patti.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, very good. Hugues, I will talk later.
Yeah, all right then.
All right.
Now.